Are you potentially skipping on looking at buying a 2-bedroom investment property? In this video, I'm going to share with you why you might be missing out. Now, as we understand, capital growth is driven by supply and demand. It's just basic economics. So if there's lots of supply and lack of demand, prices may be falling. If there's limited supply and growing demand, property prices will continue to appreciate over time. So looking at the raw fundamentals, when you're looking at buying a 2-bedroom home, you need to work out the balance between long-term demand and the short-term cash flows that you're going to experience on that deal. Now, the great thing about buying a 2-bedroom home is they typically have a larger land component if you're buying in the inner middle ring towards a CBD or major regional location. Now, as we know, land appreciates over time and buildings depreciate. So if you're buying a 2-bedroom property in a great location, you'd be buying as close to land value with an asset still on that property. Now, the way a 2-bedroom investment property can accelerate your investment journey is through value add potential. Now, the first point is that you could do cosmetic renovations on these properties in the short term. This is exactly what Emily and I have done in our property portfolio. We actually own two 2-bedroom properties, one on the north side of Brisbane, say 10 to 12 kilometers north of the CBD, and that was what we called the baby Queenslander. It was a little home where we gutted the kitchen, we redid the bathrooms, we sanded the floors, and painted the home internally, and we added a lot of value through that cosmetic renovation. So we pulled that first lever at that point in time by undertaking the renovation up front, increasing the value of the property, and also increasing the rental returns. Now, we wouldn't have been able to afford that suburb unless we bought a 2-bedroom property in that area. We might have had to look further out, maybe for a 3 or 4-bedroom home, a couple of suburbs further away, and that would have potentially compromised the growth potential on the deal. So we chose to go for a 2-bedroom property and pull the first lever, which was a cosmetic renovation. The great thing about buying a 2-bed investment property on a good parcel of land is you can pull the next lever, which is potentially doing an extension or jacking the home up and building in underneath. This is the triple Gable Queenslander that we're in at the moment, and we're looking to potentially do exactly that at a future point in time. You don't have to pull that initial lever up front. You can hold the property for 5 to 10 years, let the land value appreciate, and then knock down and rebuild or do the extension or build in underneath. Now, this home is a character home, so we'll definitely be keeping it, and we love the style of Queenslander anyway. So we will be lifting the home up and turning the home into, say, a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home or a 5-bedroom, 3-bath home. And what that means is we can add significant value and we won't be overcapitalizing in the area that we're in. It's the exact same thing with the baby Queenslander we bought on Brisbane's north side. We could do what's called a box off the back. And simply that's a little box, that's essentially built out off the back of the property with typically a slanted roof. And that would have your kitchen, your open plan living, and your dining area, which leads out into the backyard. All of that front space at the front of the property can be converted into extra bedrooms and bathrooms. So you can turn a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom home into a 4-bed, 2-bath home, which has a lot of manufactured value in it. Now, at that point in time, you might want to realize the property's value and sell because you've done all of this hard work, and it is capital intensive. And that's why I think people are sleeping on 2-bedroom homes. They're looking at the current cash flow and going, it's a little bit suppressed. But to me, if you can buy in a better location and get a good parcel of land, it's been absolutely worth it for us to buy 2-bedroom properties in great locations with that growth potential at the start of building our property portfolio. The funny thing is, these homes have typically less competition. So if you're looking in these great areas for a 2-bedroom dilapidated home, you're going to have less competition than a 4-bed, 2-bath home that might need some renovation work as well. The reason is these homes can't fit families. So a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home may appeal to a parent and a single child, or a couple of children maybe, or a professional couple. Now, you need to be aware that you are going to have weaker cash flows if you buy a 2-bedroom property and you don't manufacture value by extending the bedrooms and bathrooms. If you're focused on capital growth at the start of your property portfolio, this typically isn't a problem. But if you're wanting to find more of a balance between cash flow and growth, maybe a 2-bedroom property isn't the right one for you. So make sure you're running detailed cash flows, looking at the gross rental income, all of the operating expenses associated with the deal, including land tax, rates, water bills, property management. You want to make sure you have an understanding of what your net position will be. So you need to assess whether you need to fork out money each year, i.e. your negative gearing, or whether the property is neutrally or positively geared depending on the cash flows. Now, like I said, it's typically going to be neutral to negatively geared depending on the deal, but buying that 2-bedroom property in a great suburb is going to get you into the market and potentially give you a higher capital growth because you've got a premium location. The most important thing for me, and in my point of view, is that you can pull these levers at different points in time. You can pull the cosmetic renovation lever straight away, add value to the property, force some market appreciation through that value add, and get a higher rental income. Then you can wait for 5 to 10 years. Now you've boosted the rental income and you've been able to redraw some equity out of that deal. You can then sit on the property and look to pull the next lever by extending the property or knocking it down and adding value that way. So I love the idea of these levers that you can pull in a 2-bedroom investment. So don't sleep on a 2-bedroom investment property if it suits your strategy and you're looking to go for capital growth in the initial instance. If you're looking for more of a mix or a cash flow play, a 2-bedroom property might not be the right investment property for you. You might want to look at 3-bed, 1-bath or 4-bed, 2-bath homes a little bit further out. Now, if you're looking for a Brisbane-based buyer's agent, head over to purposeproperty.com.au where you can book in a free strategy session with myself. We can have a chat about your situation, discuss where you want to be, and discuss the steps that we would take as your buyer's agents to help you secure a property in the Brisbane market. If you got value out of this content and you haven't ever really thought about buying a 2-bed investment property before, make sure you drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel down below, and click this link over here for more things real estate, renovating, and financial freedom. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.